Gentle Giant releases a Mad Titan. Here's your look at the Diamond Select Gentle Giant Limited animated statue of Thanos. Gentle Giant Limited celebrates Marvel's Mad Titan with the Thanos animated statue, digitally sculpted and hand-painted by the amazing artisans at Gentle Giant Studios. This limited edition Thanos animated statue is individually numbered and includes a matching certificate of authenticity. Make mine Marvel. Before we set our peepers on the animated Thanos, the first thing we're going to do is figure out just how tall the statue actually stands. It's slightly smaller than probably what you would think it would be, but still, despite its size, there's a lot of cool stuff going on with it. I'll show you guys that in a second. While I am calculating out just how tall the Mad Titan actually stands, I'd like to send out a big mad props thanks to the folks over at Diamond Select who provided this sample that we're going to have a look at in this review. Animated Thanos, as I said, is a little smaller. He's 4.5 inches in height. And switching that to centimeters, then you're looking at the statue standing just a little over 11.5, 11.6 centimeters to be exact. The statue includes a certificate of authenticity, but it's not just a certificate of authenticity. First, you're presented with a nice image of the very same statue here on the front of the card. It's a limited edition animated statue from Gentle Giant, who of course now is done by Diamond Select. That's why it says Gentle Giant up in the top corner. But if you flip it around, on the back there, right there, is the certificate of authenticity, indicating that this is a true Gentle Giant limited release of Thanos. Normally here you would see the number out of the sequence of the limited number run of 3,000, because again, this was provided as a sample release. It doesn't actually have a number right there. It's not part of the 3,000 copies. Down below, there's Gentle Giant's website, www.gentlegiantlimited or ltd.com, and like I said, it's also presented by Diamond Select. So you do come included, or it does come included with this trading card, and we can definitely put that to the side. Picking up the statue, which as I said is a little on the smaller side, flipping it upside down, you're treated also to the same number. Wait a minute, it's gone. No, it's the same thing as the card because it was provided. There is no number out of the limited release number of 3,000 copies. Some rubberized feet, 4 to be exact, on each of the corners, even though technically I know a circle doesn't really have corners, but on opposite ends to one another. And down below that, of course, you got 2019 Diamond Select and LLC, all rights reserved. This was produced and manufactured in China. For the base, it's kept to basics. An all matte black base is treated here for Thanos' stand. I like that they didn't feel the need to add a whole lot to it. A lot of times when you get these premier statues, though small, yes, usually they're presented on not the most busiest of bases, and I like that this one doesn't have any real busy colors added to it. It's a simple black display stand with, as you can see, some little notches on the side of what it would be an otherwise perfect circle. There's also no placard here on the front telling you the name of the character. Again, I would suspect at least that this base was probably going to be used for other characters as well, that they try to keep these consistent to one another. Now looking at Thanos, there's a good long list of things I like about this statue. I feel at the very top of the list, and I would be checking that box off right now, my favorite thing about it is his expression by far. As yes, this is an animated version of the Mad Titan, he's a little bit more cartoonier, perhaps, than his film counterpart. And that's one of the things I really like about it. It allows them to get a little bit more exaggerated on things such as his smile. I don't even think that smile could be any bit bigger than what it is right now. It's literally running from one side of his face to the other. One nice little touch is that they added all this additional shadowing. You can see it on the corners of the teeth where light is hitting it. It's not quite the same color as his face, more of a slightly more purple-gray color that they used. As well as, get a good gander, look at the glorious black panel lining that they used to really accent each one of those individual chompers, as well as the areas, the corners of his mouth. That is the one thing that really allows these things to stand out, as well as his eyes. Really love the coloring of his eyes and that bold black panel lining that I just mentioned as well. He's a squatter little representation of Thanos, and that's probably one of the things I like about it as well, being that he does have so much expression and done in such a small package. It allows the figure to be displayed in smaller quarters, where perhaps you don't have a whole lot of space afforded. As you can see, he is displayed with his Infinity Gauntlet. It almost sort of seems like he's about to snap. Everybody stay clear. You can see the Infinity Stones are all represented there across the glove, both on the 4 fingers as well as the front section there on the front of his glove as well. And nice little touches is that they added little reflections of light on each of every one of them. The yellow, the blue, the purple, the red, and of course the big giant green. The coloring is kept generally quite muted. I mean, there's not much in the way of additional shadowing happening other than really just the teeth. Everything else about it is kept really to the primary color of the blues and the yellows. The coloring of the yellow is a nice touch. I really like this particular yellow. I try my best to kind of come up with ways to describe it. I think probably the best would be mustard yellow. I can't think of any other color I would use, any other name I would use for this particular yellow other than short of being mustard yellow. Nice little wrinkles also that they did on the back. As you can also see, they've done wrinkles where the backs of his legs are creased, of course, because he's in a slightly crouched pose. Additional wrinkles are also happening here on the front, but as you can see again, for all the detail that this particular piece possesses, wow, that's just a whole lot of peas, didn't mean to spit all over you. He doesn't have any shadowing at all, and I think that's one thing I really like about this particular figure. I feel if they had added additional shadowing here on the side, it probably would have pulled a little bit away from the idea of this guy being an animated treatment. Really like also the pose that they put him in. It almost seems like he's in a victory pose, celebrating perhaps that he's wiped out 3/4 of the globe. Maybe he's just finished snapping, from what I can gather. But overall, he's just a nice looking, cute, tiny, yes, little representation of Thanos, where he doesn't make up for it in his size. I think there's still a lot going on in his smaller stature, with maybe more my peepers focusing in on his face than anything else. It's really a cute little representation of an animated Thanos. Gentle Giant has produced several of these animated Marvel statues, cute little representations of the heroes and villains that make up the Marvel Universe. I would really encourage you guys, if you have a little bit of time to spare, maybe even after this review, do a little bit of Google searching on your part and look up the Gentle Giant animated Marvel statues. You'll see what I mean, how fun these pieces are. I think not only do they look like cute little representations of these characters, but it almost seems like they pull exactly what I think an animated version of these characters could be doing. Thanos seems to be relishing, is that the best word to describe? Relishing in the fact that he's done something sinister, captured perfectly here in this 4.5-inch sized statue. Again, don't let the sizing really throw you off. It's really the expression on this Thanos that I think sells the statue for me. He's got some great coloring, and again, because he's small, he's really perfect and ideal for smaller quarters. If you do have fleeting space, it seems, for any more collectibles and statues, and you kind of like the stylized look of these animated statues, they're not very big at all. So, I mean, really, you could pick up a whole bunch of these and have them on display. Thanos I would really recommend because he is just a sinister-looking little chap with a big devilish smile on his face. Love the way that this one was presented. Again, if you're in the market of picking these ones up for yourself, you should be able to find these through various online sites. You could also check your local comic book stores if they are opening up. And a big thank you to the folks over at Diamond Select who provided the sample that we had a look at in this review. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think of animated Thanos. He's kind of a fun little critter, isn't he? You gotta know he's up to no good. He's always up to no good. If you are a fan of the channel and liking the content you're seeing currently, and let's just say you haven't yet hit that subscribe button down below, why not do it right now? Don't postpone it. Postponing it, you always tend to forget. I know if I postpone something I'm going to do a little bit later, I tell the significant other, I'm going to do it a little bit later. I'm going to do it a little bit later. And, you know, a little bit later never happens. I completely forget. So don't postpone it now. Hit that subscribe button right now and hit that bell notification. And just keep in mind, new videos are coming onto this channel Monday to Friday at 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be having a look at actually a couple more of these Gentle Giant animated statues. So if this is sort of the thing that you're digging about what you're seeing so far on this channel, stay tuned, because not only are you going to be seeing more of these, but you're also going to be seeing a whole bunch of other statue reviews as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.